Hi, this is a short story about my asking for help. As a giver, I find it extremely hard to ask for help. To be honest, it could be a combination of shame, maybe unable to let go, or the inability to surrender. Maybe it's about helplessness, or being self-orientated. Self-oriented people do not ask for help, as opposed to people orientated. It could be depression, but definitely not pride. I have called Suicide Hotline twice only in my life, but I wasn't suicidal and I do not have any suicidal tendencies. I once promised my brother, who's a doctor, Andrew, that if I ever become dangerously suicidal or excessively depressed, I would check myself into a psychiatric hospital because that would be the safest thing. So he doesn't have to worry about me. And for the first time, I was in a bad period of conflict with my late wife, Brenda Jose, my Portuguese, Hong Kong bound Portuguese wife. So both of us uh, are very strong alpha characters. Alpha being like the alpha male or female in the pack. I desperately needed to talk to somebody. I had very few close friends when we moved from Hong Kong to Malaysia, and it really helped to talk to someone from befrienders. It led to my first physical separation with my late wife. In hindsight, running a business partnership, we were co-coaches, and then we worked together 24/7. It was a home office, small office. So in a way, it was not socially healthy to spend so much time together as a couple and as business partners. So in that first time of separation, she moved out very nearby, a few kilometers away. But you know what? I would visit her in weekends and stay the night and or 2 nights and leaving behind Sundance, which is my golden retriever. I left food and water for him. And after like 3, 4 long months, she moved back. It was too much for us. Now the second time I called the suicide hotline was the worst month of my life, which was January 2021. So that month, I was sued for 8 million or around US 2 million over an investigative journalist article that I wrote. I lost my most precious wedding ring, not this one. It's my wedding ring with Brenda during a funeral with an aunt. I also was broke from having no business in COVID, and I just had my fifth cheating death experience. So I called befrienders, but you know what? They were not open because of COVID. So in fact, they had a recording to call back, which they never did. So later, I talked to a junior colleague of mine, and it really helped me to just talk to somebody and find a way out of my predicament. So, to complete the story, subsequently, I settled the 9 million defamation suit inside the High Court without paying a cent or using a lawyer. I did not find the wedding ring still, and I realized it was a symbolic letting go of my attachment to Brenda. It was very symbolic because, like the Lord of the Ring, now I'm no longer the Lord of the Ring. I just need to surrender myself. So losing this losing business and living in kind of semi-poverty. I was trying to save money, so it's not my usual lowest level of spending. Cooking food at home and eating. Just 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 not in my best. Let's put it this way. So it was the best thing, losing the business uh, that happened to me. It made me more mindful, more grateful, and more resourceful, and therefore I had time to design some new master classes and some new business models, which is now my new business and spiritual focus. In fact, now I've created Spiri, which is like an ethical entrepreneurship, as well as Omada, which is rebranding, helping people rebrand and make over, and creating a niche market, um, as well as revamping the road brand show and the Purple Youth CSR, helping the youth with the used laptops donations. So, and a year later, after my fifth cheating death experience on January 5th, 2022, I had my first near-death experience. I nearly choked to death. In that experience, I experienced what it's like being a ghost, what's it, and the unsettlement, and I experienced what's it like in your dying moments that you could just literally walk over to the other side. It was as simple as that, but I chose not to. And I also saw myself as my own and guardian angel projected. Something like Interstellar, where, spoiler alert, where the astronaut came back and visited his young daughter. So I felt I was given a second chance. So this is my story about asking for help, and no matter how difficult, one need to ask for help. One, one whenever it needs to. So ask now, ask today, ask often. Asking yourself questions is the most philosophical thing you can ever do. So this is what I like to share with you. Thank you very much. This is Robert.